the old junction of the Wiltshire and Berkshire Canal. Hasn't been used for over 100 years, and most of it's filled in beyond that bridge there. There is restoration work being undertaken, has been for a long time, so not quite sure how far they got with that.
As you can see, it's a beautiful day now, really warm, crystal clear sky, and again, look at the roof. We were fortunate enough to find a fuel boat going past us this morning, so slowed them down, refilled our empty gas bottle, topped up with a few bags of coal. We've got a fair bit of wood on board now, but this is just security for us, so that we know we're okay if the weather does take a really sharp turn. It was touch and go this morning, really cold first thing, but within about an hour it was really warm on the boat. Now on our way towards the Caen Hill locks, which I think we may be going up tomorrow morning, and Rich is doing the paddles for me, 60 turns on each gate.
Good old Fran, one lock up ahead, working them like a good un. So we're halfway up the main Caen Hill flight. It's a steady progress. We've got some friends joined us, having a hire boat for the weekend. For the week. And we're doubling up all the way up, which is great. We're just leaving Devizes Marina after filling up the tank with some water, and bumped into a regular viewer, Paul. been watching us from day one, and nice to meet you, Paul, on your boat, Salix Alpha, and he gave us some gunk to repair the leaks in the mushroom vents. Mad. We remembered this spot from when we came down the K&A towards Bath, and we deliberately cruised here today so we could moor up for a night or two. And it's one of the most beautiful spots on any of the canals we've ever been on. It is just stunning.
Hello.
Well, we've made some headway ever closer towards the River Thames. We're about halfway now from Bath to Reading, and you can see behind us Crofton Pump House. So we've just had breakfast.
It's been interesting
What
coming back.
did you make us have for breakfast this morning?
We're a bit short on groceries today, so we're still in the bread making, which is brilliant because the,
What did you make us eat for breakfast?
I'm just telling them. We had homemade bread and spaghetti hoops.
Spaghetti hoops,
on
folks.
toast.
You hear? Now, why have we got a tin of spaghetti hoops in the cupboard? Who knows? But anyway.
Because I fancied a little reminiscent trip back to my childhood, that's all.
We're
But,
regressing. 1976.
It's odd coming back along canals or rivers that we've already been and seeing things from the opposite direction. A real sort of sense of deja vu sometimes.
It's still interesting, isn't it? And you see places you completely forgot about. Like that little piggery over there. We'll have to show you that before we go. It's
I didn't
beautiful.
even see that. I didn't even see that on the way up.
Yeah.
But on the way back, there's lovely ginger pigs over there.
It's a lovely pigsty made out of straw with like a little marquee roof on the top. But boy, are these big old pigs. I'm not sure what they are. I don't know if they're Tamworth or what. No doubt someone out there knows.
Hear that boat creep up behind us?
So we've got rid of the car. Hurrah!
Yay.
Hurrah!
And it's wonderful. It feels absolutely wonderful not having the car.
So
You know.
our friend Steve came and picked it up and has taken it back to Essex, where he lives, and he's going to tart it up and get rid of it for us at his leisure.
So today we've got a 3-mile walk to get some groceries, haven't we?
We're going to
And
take
back.
a circuitous walk around off the canal to the shops at Great Bedwin.
Where you get the most fantastic samosas, sorry.
Little boxes of samosas. There's 12 in a box.
For a pound.
For a pound. And onion bhajis. Staple diet when we're this side of Crofton. And then walk, because just a couple of miles back, isn't it, along the canal with the dogs. That's going to be fun. So yeah, car's gone, so we're now just on the boat. No means of transport. Not that we used it anyway, did we really? Just had to go and fetch it and bring it to where we were. So
Came back up Caen Hill flight, didn't we? And
didn't
we didn't pick the best of lock companions, or lock buddies as you call them, and
they were
lovely people.
Lovely people.
But don't go up a big flight of locks with somebody that is deaf and has got no peripheral vision. It's not a good
He's an octogenarian.
But it was lovely, it was fine.
We did bump and crash a bit, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well, he did into
Yeah.
us a few times. Oh,
Yeah.
man alive, did he ram us at one point. Yes, interesting. So 32 locks we did with them in one day. So it was a lovely day as well, wasn't it? You know, it wasn't
Yeah.
too hot, just right. We've been rummaging around for fire, haven't we? Firewood, rather. We've got so much firewood now in the well deck. We've done really well.
Underneath the well deck in from the boat is half full of wood, and on top of the well deck we've got a nice big stack of wood. The coal boat came past, so we've got coal on the roof. So we're set up for a while anyway. But we found that with the bread making, I wake up, I'm still most mornings just putting a loaf of bread in the oven, and that's enough to warm the boat. So it was
Does
only
warm,
this
doesn't it?
weekend. We didn't quite make it till September, but only this week
October.
to October, sorry. I think on the 29th of September was the first fire. But yeah, we roll on the cold weather now because we're prepared.
Yeah, not just yet. Another couple of months, please. It's a bright, crisp, sunny morning at the end of September. We've left the washing out overnight. And it's really cold, so we've lit the fire for the first time, and cosy it is. But we are, when you're not making bread, we are lighting the fire first thing in the morning, just to take the edge off the room. And it only takes a little bit of kindling and one or two little logs, and the thing just is roaring away, isn't it? You know, and the fan on the top is going mad.
3/4 of an hour this morning before the windows were open, wasn't it?
Ain't it hot? Let's open the windows just to let a bit of air in. It was so warm.
We've had a bit of an eventful week last week, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Woke up one morning, a beautiful sunny September morning, and we're just swanning around. We were among other boats, but not in a town, and took coffee up onto the back of the boat just to enjoy the sunshine, and there were police up and down the towpath. Started asking us questions, and it turns out that they'd found a body just 4 boats
Up
in
from
front of us, yeah.
Just less than 50 yards away. There's this poor bloke. No, we didn't hear a thing, did we?
It happened, they think, during the night, and found the body early in the morning.
It wasn't that early though, was it? They didn't find it till about 10 o'clock-ish,
Yeah,
9 o'clock-ish.
yeah. So there's no knowing what happened, whether he just fell or I don't know, but it really put a damper on the day.
It really did put us on a downer for a whole day, didn't it? And it just brought to mind how fragile life is and how slowly I don't know what the circumstances of his death were, but it just brought it back to us, didn't it, that we should just take things so slowly. Whatever you do on the boat, stepping on, stepping off, make sure that your footing is right, you know. And
also knowing where each other are all the time, because, you know, you could go off to walk the dogs, slip and fall in on the way back in the boat, and I would be sitting on the boat having no knowledge of it, because we'd heard nothing, had we?
absolutely no knowledge.
Just for lone boaters, obviously, you just got to be so careful. But even when there's two of you, we're just watching each other all the time now.
Going through the locks, you know, these locks here, the barriers that you hold onto when you're crossing the lock, they're on the wrong side of the gate. They should be on the other side of the gate. So if you fall in, you don't fall into an empty lock and hit your head as you're going down on the sill.
Yeah.
So we try and just open one paddle and wait till the water's well above the sill before we're crossing and opening the other paddle. So if we land in the lock, we've got a bit of water to cushion the blow. But I don't always do that, do I?
No.
And I do
You
get
don't.
told off now.
You
and
do.
again. Yeah.
So, but yeah, just everybody take care out there. It's fragile life. So.
Yes. And we have met some fantastic people again, haven't we? Every day it seems we're meeting some lovely people. We're having so much fun. You know, most of the time it's in the pubs, isn't it?
Well, we're sort of trying.
Not that we're in pubs every day.
We're actually trying to cut down the pub visits, but
Yeah, it's
we've found
expensive.
over the last week that you're sitting there. Pubs more than cafes. It doesn't happen in cafes, but if you sit in a pub, somebody often comes and sits next to you, and the simplest thing can start a conversation. We were a lovely family from Singapore this week. Had a long chat with them, real insight into their life. Met some boaters the other night that ended up coming back to the boat with us about 11 o'clock at night. We had friends on board anyway, so there were six of us.
What were their names? Because I was a bit squiffy that night.
It was Jamie and Jennifer.
Jennifer, yes. Hello.
Hello, they're viewers of ours. But we had 6 people and 3 dogs on our little boat, so that was interesting.
It was good fun though. It was really good fun.
But we've had some comments from people, or there's been comments on vlogs and posts that people are hearing all the bad stories about aggravation and problems with other boaters or with people on the canals. Yeah, it can happen, and we had a little taste of it on our last video.
On the last video we showed it.
But on the whole...
in 6 months, I'm sorry to interrupt, in 6 months we've probably had about 2 or 3 miserable encounters.
Yeah. And on the whole, it is so much made up for by the fantastic, interesting, colourful people from all walks of life that we're meeting. And somebody did suggest to me that I should keep a log of people that we've met, a journal of people that we've met, because it's brilliant, it's lovely, isn't it?
It's a good idea actually, wouldn't it? Just something else to do though, isn't it?
I know, more writing, but I may do. Get me another notebook and I'll have a go.
So we're looking forward to getting off the Kennet and Avon. We've been on here a couple of months. I've been reading up on the Thames from Reading to Teddington Lock. I think there's going to be some interesting sights and scenery. Really looking forward to going to the village of Cookham on the Thames, because that's where one of my favourite artists, Stanley Spencer, lived. So we'll get some footage of the church that he's got paintings hanging in, and just generally we're not going to rush to get there, are we? We're just going to take our time as usual and make sure the boat is safe and secure for the Thames journey.
Yes.
We've got just a small I keep saying this, but we have got just a small stretch from Teddington Lock of tidal Thames. I might edit this out because I'm waffling now. Anyway, good old Fran has set up her Etsy account now.
Well, now we're saying this, I'm going back to the boat to finalise it and set it up. So over the next couple of days, the Etsy account will be up and running, and you're going to put a link at the bottom, aren't you?
Down below in the comments.
So there's just going to be a few things on there at the moment, and every week as I make bits and pieces, more will go on. So have a look if you're interested.
So that's about it really, nothing much more to say, and nothing any more exciting has happened, has it really?
That's enough, I think, for 1 week. It's been quite an eventful week, really.
Yeah, and That's it.
And happy boating and happy dreaming.
Yes, and thanks for watching. And thumbs up, subscribe, like and all that. And thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Cheerio.
Bye.